Hello! Wanted to get straight in with these video lessons that I've been looking to try and get out there, and I thought this was as good a place to start as anywhere. One of the first things you're taught when you learn to drive is how to move your car off safely. First thing, on a first lesson with, I reckon, 90% of people, I'll get onto that and I'll make some good inroads into them getting out the car, kind of having a good idea how to move the car off safely and under control. So why is it then that it's the fifth biggest reason that people fail their driving test in the UK? Well, I've got my own opinions. I'll give you my opinions and I'll give you what I actually see. So my opinion of it is that it's so simple that people tend to neglect it a little bit or don't show it enough respect. What I do see happening on the driving test that I sit in on and people fail on it, and I've had quite a few people fail a test on this, and I've sat there and watched them fail, is they'll do one of a few things. They'll rush their observations, they'll move off when there's a gap that isn't big enough, or they just don't observe at all in the key areas at the right times. So I'm going to do a move off now, how it should be done. Then I'm going to do a couple of examples of how it is done. So a move off should be done like this. My car's running, I go into first gear, get me bite, that's my car prepared. Now I observe rear view mirror, right door mirror, left shoulder blind spot, right shoulder blind spot. If it's clear, I would handbrake off and I would move away. I would continue looking in my mirrors as I'm moving away. If there's anybody about at all, I'd put a signal on if it would benefit them. So it could be somebody coming towards us and we can move off without affecting them. It could be somebody at the back of us coming from behind and we can move off without affecting them. What I mean by that is we're not making that other, well, I'm talking about another vehicle here, not making them slow down or stop or change course of direction because we're moving off. Also, it's good just to put your signal on if there are people knocking about. Could be pedestrians, or it could be, you know, somebody walking the dog or something like that. It could be a cyclist coming towards you. People need to know what you're doing. So again, this is how it should look. So car's started, into first gear. Note I'm not looking down at the controls. We want to be really, really used to constantly observing as we're doing these controls. So it's first gear, bite, rear view mirror, right door mirror, left shoulder blind spot, right shoulder blind spot. There's no one about. I would then move off. I'd continue looking as I'm moving off. What do people do? Well, a few months ago I had somebody fail his test, a really, really good driver. I'd not seen any issues with this on his lessons. Had I done so, you know, I would have addressed them. But on his test, he was moving off something like this. So they ask you to stop and move off a number of times, and they'll want to be seeing that you can stop the car safely and under control, and also move it off safely and under control. So what this particular chap did is something like this. So move off when you're ready. It was first gear, mirror, mirror, and he did something like this. Back to his mirror again, and then moved off. I'll watch the examiner note him do it. Pull up on the left in a safe place again. Stopped, handbrake on into neutral. Move off when you're ready. Same again. Mirror, mirror, handbrake, shoulder, and he's back in that mirror. He's not doing that vital check over into his right shoulder blind spot. That's the key one. You know it's pretty much clear by looking in your mirrors, but that shoulder check tells you it's clear 100%, and then you move off. Other things people do, they can get a little bit flustered, so they're ready to move off. They do the mirrors, they look in the rear view mirror, there's a car or a number of vehicles behind, and then they start to get a little bit agitated or feel as though they should be moving off quicker, and then they rush themselves to move off. Car that's coming from behind them has to slow down or let them out. That's something that's pretty common. So the moral of the story here is pay respect to the move off routine. Absolutely own doing that right every single lesson. Don't let your standards slip. It's one of the first things your examiner is going to see you doing is a move off routine. So get it right. Mirror, mirror, shoulder, shoulder, handbrake, and then move off. Anyone that's ever failed on this, that I've taught anyway, has been absolutely distraught to find out that they've failed on something that really is so basic. So keep it in your mind, own it, do it well, and you won't fall into what a lot of people fall into when it comes to failing on their driving test on the move off safely part. Okay, take it easy, see you all soon.